Okay, so let's get rolling with your first phrases. We're gonna take some examples that hopefully is gonna act as a catalyst for you to start coming up with your own phrases. And I'm gonna give you a bunch of tools that can basically help you piece together musical phrases on the guitar. Lots of people here, awesome man. And of course, when we're done, we're gonna speak about anything you want to, and you can shoot any questions you have. How long you been in Israel? I'm not in Israel, sorry mate. Well, I actually lived in Jerusalem for 2 years. That was a long time ago. So, the first thing I'd like to speak about is not what you're gonna play, but what you're not gonna play. And this is actually key when you're coming up with phrases. You gotta include some pauses and some silences. So, instead of doing that's just a little bit too much. Instead, that's a whole lot better. And the only difference really, what I did was something that was simpler than the first example. So a lot of times you can get away with easier playing that sounds better if you know what you're doing. So, what we're gonna do is a bit of like a call and response thing where you play a little bit and that's the call, and then you take a break and then you provide the musical response. So why not play 14 on the G string and then 13 and then back to 14. So in the key of A minor now, and we have a little loop playing A minor for us. So we're gonna do 14 on the G string, 13 on the B string, and then 14 again on the G string. And it sounds a little bit more musical if you slide up to the first note. You get those a little bit of a chromatic build-up. It sounds fancy, but just try to do a slide, and you get that for free. If you don't do the slide, it's gonna sound like this. Okay, so that's our call. Now we gotta do a little response there, and in order to do that, I think we're gonna descend, or play somewhat descending in A minor. That could be our response there. So we're gonna play the B string 13th fret, and we're gonna go up to the 15th fret. So Aisha, I will respond to all comments a bit later. Lots of cool stuff coming in. So we're gonna do 13, 15, 13, 12, 14. So we have one more time. And then a little bit of a break there, and then we have. Okay. Those were just examples, but if you're trying this at home, I'm pretty sure you're thinking, man, this doesn't sound right at all. And that is because the notes themselves are not enough. We gotta do more, and more specifically, we gotta add these like tiny ornaments. So very subtle ornaments, basically tiny techniques that make all the difference. And I've already given you one in terms of sliding. It's a bit extreme there. It's enough to just do. You can start on the 12th fret going up to the 14. Now, when we descend, or when we do this little response thing, 13, 15, 13, 12, 14, we do even more ornaments. The most important one being the dampening of notes there. We're playing staccato. So we're not doing letting all notes ring. We're doing. This is important. That makes like a subtle little detail that kicks the musicality up a notch, basically. So. So play 13, 15, and then you're killing the note with the side of your thumb. That's essential. So pick, or pick, pick, and then dampen. So 2 regular pick strikes, 13, 15, and then we're pressing down on the string with the side of our thumb. That's how we're going to mute the string. So we get... And then I'm playing 13, 12, and after each of those notes, I'm muting the note. So... And that's a tiny little thing you'd probably miss if you're, trying to learn by ear or by eyes through internet or YouTube. So that's just one of a million examples. I'm going to play a little bit more now so you can hear how this applies. So there I did a whole bunch of variations that were very similar, but with other notes, with more aggressive build-ups, right? I did one of these, like a faster run. It comes later, much later. But the good thing is, if you're learning these phrases, you're learning it in the right order, because there's really nothing worse than being able to play these, but then not have a suitable ending for them, right? So it just sounds like I don't know, a musical fart or something. You really want those build-ups to lead to something. You want them to take you from point A to point B. There's the B. So these phrases that we're exploring are essential even if you're mostly into building your shops. You really need to couple those shops and fast runs with some musical examples, and that's what we're doing. I don't know Bohemian Rhapsody, sorry, but I will go through all your comments as soon as we're done with the topic. So, or I will at least try to go through the new ones if we have lots of them. So let's see here. We've done and if you nail that, you got to practice quite a bit, but then you can start playing that on other places, pretty much the exact same thing, and we can try that. Very similar, right? And then so it's definitely applicable all over. So there you can hear how I'm throwing those in at the end of my runs. You can be as fancy as you want to, as long as there's a tasty ending somewhere further down the line. So, what I'm trying to do here is both give you some inspiration as to where this will lead, so you're inspired to sit down and work on these phrases, but also to show you some real-life applications that I'm constantly mixing in this kind of jamming, more musical phrases with more like muscle memory-based faster runs. And that's, I think, how a lot of players go about their styles. Whenever they're playing faster, it's no longer phrasing and improvisation. It's rather something that's been, precisely practiced. And then that leads to something that's a bit more free, whether it be improvised or not. It's still more melodic and has more breathing room and silences and pauses. Constantly repeating the same kind of idea there, right? That's what we did. You started with that, and then we did. It's beautiful, simple and beautiful. I'm doing requests in just a few minutes when I'm done with the topic. Of course, if you start adding fancier techniques like bending and raking, it can get very interesting. And if you watch my previous streams, you've seen me analyze these rakes, right? I add this controlled noise prior to the notes to basically give them more mojo and more energy. And we can do that with these phrases as well. So adding this rake, and again, you can watch my previous streams for that. Bending as well, very nice. Works very well with these types of slow, breathing room phrases. You need that final note. I was about to mess up there. Oh, the bending noise. Do you mean like that kind of thing? Or do you mean the raking prior to the bends? If you're speaking about this, I see that as like a Slash kind of thing. I mean, he wasn't first, but he really used this quite a bit in lots of his epic Guns N' Roses solos. And all you do there is kind of bend one note and leave one finger to play another note on the high E string. But there's also other ways. You can actually grab a second note. So if you bend up, and you can kind of catch the next note. So if you're bending on the B string, you're going to catch the G string as well. And that creates a really aggressive noise. You got to be a little bit careful with that, but if used tastefully, it can work. The Lydian mode, sure, I know it, but this is more of an A minor thing. It's hard to squeeze in Lydian here. I mean, we could do maybe some C Lydian, so. It sounds more Dorian in this context, though. That's a different topic, though. Okay. New requests. Now, but I don't want to stick for too long on this topic, but do watch the replay, go through exactly where I put my fingers, the frets, and probably most important, the subtle ornaments or techniques that I use to execute these phrases. And don't miss kind of the main point here, which is to give breathing room and let there be silence between your phrases. If you do all of that, I think this is going to be highly beneficial to you. Challenge. Okay, we have a challenge. One string guitar solo over the neck. Okay, okay, that's a challenge. Oh, and I messed up because I played the G string. But most of the time I was on the B string there. Do I qualify? Fuzz! You want some fuzz? Well, I don't have any right now. This is as good as it gets. And quite honestly, I don't have any fuzz pedals, but you can get a fuzz effect. For instance, by really boosting the bass knob on your amp. I'm not a big fan though, sometimes to do it. Strat sound is good, gotta agree with you, man. So I did this one was requested, right? I don't know any crow. I'm happy there was a request. I actually knew Seven Nation Army, so I haven't played cover songs for a long time. I prefer to just rock away. I don't know Xander Mo officials. I don't even know Victor Toy. Van Halen, no, Beat It. I don't know it. Does the bad mother finger technique work? Good. Mini Vayman. What's Vayman? Woman. I like it. So there's a bad mother finger technique. We can try. It was difficult in 2024 to play with a bad mother finger. Let's try it one more time. Does that qualify? I don't know. Pictures of the Cure. Sorry. I'm assuming that's a song and you don't want me to show you pictures because I don't have any. But you can Google. Sie sprechen Deutsch? It's probably no then. How to compose your own solo and how to write your own leads. That's a great question. And it's actually the topic of this stream. So I do want you to watch the replay, watch the first 20 minutes where we break down how to build your phrases. Oh, you're too kind, man. My guitar playing is amazing. You guys are the best. Please tell me how to compose my own guitars. there are some more phrases, and if you like that kind of phrasing, then again, I strongly advise you to watch the replay where I break it all down. Fleetwood Mac, sorry, don't know any. What is the time now? It's 10 o'clock here. Let it happen, I don't know it. Thank you, Negro, not bad. This guy is good. Thank you, ProCharge. So the way I can be blind by still reading the comments is by feeling your energy. So your positive energy is just all over the place, and I feel it in my heart. That's how I do it, of course. No fingers crossed. I could though, it's lots of positive energy here, so I could be feeling your energy. Play Ibanez. Okay, you want me to grab my Ibanez? I can do that. He makes his guitar literally sing. You're too kind, man. Oh, good question there, Tulip. Can I turn up the arrangement? I can try adjusting the levels a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna start grabbing a different guitar. So here's my green Ibanez, Nebula green. And it's good because it's a good compromise between more sustain and more gain and still a bit of twang. So I like it a lot. I wonder why there was no sound, and here's the reason. Let's pray my tuning is okay. Trying to tweak the levels a little bit. So I don't know if levels are a bit better. I agree that probably the backing was a little bit low there. Joe Satriani. I don't really know anything from them. The little I learned 20 years ago is gone, but a lot of the stuff you'll find in my playing is inspired by those guys, you know, especially these. You know, I can do. You know, that's definitely has some vi over it, right? And whenever I stumble upon a cool or like catchy melody, I think of Satch, you know. It's harder with this backing track, though. I think I suck. That's what I'm trying to say. Just trying to catch up here. Thank you, H-Duta. Gorgeous. You're too kind. Frank Zappa, I don't know any. Sorry. Eddie Van Halen. Sorry, don't know much about him. Metallica songs in A minor. A little bit of Unforgiving there for you. So again, a lot of these Wham-inspired phrases are, you know, Vi-inspired. Hatman, I like it, I like it. Who is Saina? And why do you love her? I'm curious. Why you're not launching own album? Well, thank you so much, Saina. Oh, you're Saina. Thank you. I also love you now, Saina. Where to? No, you can find quite a few of my tracks here on the YouTube channel. I do have a long-term goal to get back into really writing my own songs. Right now, I'm warming up my shops and my recording shops and getting a lot of ideas together. That's why I have recently recorded a lot of etudes where you can learn from me. You know, you can search for Kristofer Dahl and you're going to find those etudes. But yeah, I hope we'll do it. Necesitas una vocalista. So you don't think the guitar is doing enough singing? Yo soy de Suecia. Sorry, couldn't resist. Big fan of you, thank you. Do Metallica intro. Play piano and guitar. I haven't done that in a while. Oh, Saina, you're probably right. It's been way too long. Life got in between. But one thing I know for sure is that I can't really live properly without guitar and music. So it will come in some shape or form. Dire Straits, not a whole lot. That's an arpeggio pattern that I actually got from Mark Knopfler a long time ago. I think it's Sultans of Swing, right? Jeff Healey. Sorry, don't know anything of him. So you want a harmonics tune. But it's easily overdone when you do a whole bunch of them. I think once here and there is more than enough. Tapping. You can try a bit of tapping. I play guitar. I want to learn. I play guitar. You don't play guitar yet. You can learn from me. I have beginners courses as well. So if you want that, you can find them on my website, Kristofer Dahl. It's always a privilege to be able to teach you guys. Or when you take your hand off and you make some buzz, yeah, that's pretty normal. Could be some kind of grounding problem, either in your guitar or in your signal chain. But guitar can be a bit noisy. It depends on your pickup configuration and all that as well. You don't have a Floyd Rose. It can be a pain in the ass, yes. Also a lot of fun when you get it to work. Nice way to wake up in Scotland. That's awesome. We're not that far away then. How can you afford guitar garage large collection? Please tell me which business you're doing, sir. I'm working as a guitar instructor. I've been doing so for 15 years and I have several of my own sites and I teach a lot. I've been around. Too much tremolo. Can never have enough. I mean, you can do the same with vibrato. I like it. Produces a different. I mean, if you do like this, right? It's too much. But if you just do kind of subtle, I think it works pretty well. Walkways, I don't know that. Gary Moore is the bending. This shit is lit. Thank you, a punchline. That's a long one. Sorry for butchering your name. So how can we exercise string bending? That's a great question. And it actually goes hand in hand with the topic of today. So if you watch the first 20 minutes, and you can do it in the replay, I spoke about phrasing. And to those phrases, you should definitely experiment with adding a bending. So the number one bending exercise is to play the reference pitch and then bend up to it. So here's the reference pitch. Then I go down 1, 2 frets and I bend up to the same note. One more time, the reference pitch. That's a very good way of doing it. And when you're doing it, you gotta make sure you're not just using one finger for bending. I see that way too often among my students, especially the beginner ones. You need to add more fingers to the mix, okay? So you gotta support your string bending with more fingers. So if you bend like that, you're not getting enough strength. You need to add these extra fingers. So if you combine that with the reference pitch I spoke about, you get a very good exercise. And you should do that in lots of different places on the guitar. So maybe that's just a half step bend. So I go down a half step. Reference pitch is on the 17th and 20th fret, and I bend up from the 19th fret. We can do the same just with the index finger. Reference pitch 13th fret, and then I bend up to it from the 12th fret. You can try it with the index finger. It's harder because you don't have as many fingers to back you up. So what you can do sometimes is use the guitar fretboard as leverage point. But it's easier to do this, right? Because with the ring finger, you can also help with the index finger and the middle finger. So I hope that exercise helps for your bending. Whereabouts are you? Brittany, I'm in Stockholm, Sweden. Where are you? Is it easier to bend string with lighter gauge? It is, yeah. Much easier to bend if you get like an 09 set as opposed to an 010 or 11 string set. Well, I mean, I do use a lot of pentatonic scale. I love the scale, but if you only play that and never go outside of it, it can get boring, right? So if I just were playing pentatonics, I wouldn't describe it as ugly, but can be a little bit colorless if you only do that. So I like to add the minor notes. So I add 2 notes to the pentatonic scale. So if you have your A minor, about this. That's Floyd Rose happens. Gotta tune a little bit. Okay, close enough for rock and roll, I hope. Guess that's okay. So instead of just playing that pentatonic box, we're gonna add 2 notes every octave. So instead of just playing 1, 2, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. So we play 5, 7, 8, and then we play the same thing on the next string. 5, 7, 8, and then back up to the octave. So I repeat those notes all over the guitar, those 7 notes from the minor scale, and that's a really great way to make your pentatonics more interesting if you add those 2 notes per octave. Instead of just doing, I do. Add those minor notes. I also add the harmonic minor and the list goes on. That's the harmonic minor scale. So definitely more than one scale, but I think the pentatonic scale is a good starting point. Teach a solo for beginners to train. Do watch the replay where I explain these phrases. They are very beginner friendly. Yamaha makes decent guitar. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I don't know Jackson GS11, but Jackson is a cool brand. I'd love to have a guitar. Tao, I'm not ignoring you, man. I'm just trying to focus on guitar as well. What's your question, Tao? Please play American Idiot. I don't know it, man. Dorian scale is the real one. You're handsome. Thank you, Brittany Silver. Makes my day. I don't sing very well. I do sing a little bit on my own songs, but it's not the kind of beautiful singing I could just... More of a very aggressive screaming, barking. So I try to not do it when I don't want to scare people away. So I don't know those guitars. Sorry, man. Can't give you a good assessment of them. I haven't been in the guitar buying business for quite some time. Style Stevie Ray Vaughan. Little SRB-ish right there. Show my guitar collection. Where is it? Can't find it. It's gone. Oh, there it is. I moving things around a little bit currently. There's a few of them. I have some up here. And a few more elsewhere. So I think I have around 15 guitars. They're not all high-end. None of them are super high-end. Mid-range to cheap is what I do. I like having the versatility. Yeah, Fry Scream. Yeah, I'm not good at doing that. It's just more of like a barking. Think Paradise Lost, James Hetfield Attempts. I'm not there, unfortunately. Mittwoch was a banger. Awesome. You can always do your Rammstein voice. Mittwoch. There you have it. Mein Deutsch ist schlecht. I need to. I haven't done that for a while though. Thanks for reminding me, by the way. Hello. Mittwoch is one of my own tunes which you're going to find on this channel. If you're watching the replay, it's on my YouTube channel, Kristofer Dahl. Hello, I have a question. Which one of the guitars should I buy? Oh, sorry. I want to reply to that. Exercise for sweep picking. So for sweep picking, I would suggest you start with like a major arpeggio. C major perhaps is one of my favorites. And it's actually a good idea to just like grab the top strings. I mean a full C major arpeggio, like a 5-string C major. That's a little bit hard to play if you're starting out, so the top strings are a little bit easier. So you can play this from the G string, 12, 13, 12, 15, okay? 12, 13, 12, 15, and then back again. And then the challenge is gonna be in re-angling your pick, so you're sweeping. I'm exaggerating there, but you gotta do a little bit of that in order not to get stuck. You can see I'm kind of re-angling depending on which direction I'm playing in. And also, big challenge is going to be, just the left hand playing this. So I practiced like this, just to make sure my left hand was really up to the task. So if you can do that, then you can definitely add some picking. So this is just a quick version. It's a huge topic. I'm just trying to throw a little bit of inspiration at you, but keep researching it and keep practicing it, and good stuff will come. Play some open chords. I can just play you the backing stuff. I'm trying to play the loop I recorded just before starting the session. It's like a G chord and then E. So I'm doing A minor, C, G, but with the B in the bass, and then E or even E7. That's the loop I've been playing over. So there you have some open chords, Dahl. So some metal. Well, I can swap the sound just for metal, and we can keep the loop. Let's see. Or maybe we can't. Let's see what happens. That can be hard. Yeah, we're gonna have to trash the loop. So I guess that sounds a bit more metalish. Is there anything specific metal you'd like me to do? Nirvana, maybe? I don't know how I would tell. Is it that one? Oh, sorry, I don't know any Beatles songs. I don't know Bill Murray. I don't know what that is. I don't know any except. scorpions. Run to the pills. I like it. That's a very funny one. John Mayer. I only know the intro of that Iron Maiden song. I don't know. I don't know any cover songs. I don't know why everybody's asking me for a cover song. Tornado of Souls. Does it sound like that, right? I don't know. I love playing with distortion. And I love doing a bit of riffing just, before going into all that stuff. It sets the mood, like. Best is if you can, play your riffs and then kind of weave a little bit of solo and licks together with those riffs. By the way, I hope sound is not like distorting and clipping, because I went from soft to really loud. Yeah, I don't know cover songs. I haven't done that for like 20 years. I just try to play my own stuff and improvise and jam. That's what I like doing. But I do them because everybody asks about them. It's like, oh, how the hell did I? Yeah. If you've been playing and teaching professionally for over 15, 20 years, you're past the stage when you learn other people's songs. Whenever I teach stuff, it's never based on other people's songs. People can just find tabs and they're good, It's more of like a theory. You learn the scales, learn the background, learn the techniques, learn the differences that can really help you play fast. So yeah, I haven't had any reason to learn to play other people's songs. And a lot of them I play them by ear now because people are asking. It's like that what's it called? Seven Nation Army. Well, this Ice Baby. It's just the fourth, right? And the other one is called Aerosmith. No. But I'm crap at that stuff. Play Thunderstruck, yeah. I don't know more than that. For me, the guitar is like, I don't know, you grab it and then time and space disappears and you just do stuff on it. It's not like, now I'm gonna play. Yeah, that's awesome. I just grab it and, if I'm in the mood for playing with distortion, I'll dial in a distortion tone and then I'll just play. Maybe I'll start doing some rhythm. But it's all improvised. I just move around some chords, see if I can change a note here and there, see what happens. And I sit around for a long time. Just after 15 minutes, I noticed, I start doing some lead in there. And then all of a sudden, I'll just transition to maybe working on some. Maybe I'll even turn on the metronome and see if I can get some groove going, like. And I'll just jam away, so it's not really song-based. But thanks for asking. So I unfortunately have to end the session now, but I just want to say you guys are the best. If you didn't know, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying these sessions and how much we just take them from point A to point B, and it's just It's just amazing. It's just wonderful. So I hope I'll catch you again in the next stream. And until then, you've been amazing. I've been Kristofer Dahl. Thank you so much. See ya. Cheers.